yesterday we got an email from our head of HR offering us free adult CPR lessons if you want them.
And AED.
Yeah. That's coming to the building, correct? They're going to put one of those defibrillators somewhere in the building, which is important, obviously. So I look at it and I think I might sign up for adult CPR. I mean, I've threatened for years to do that. When we had kids, I thought I should really learn CPR. I never have. Now, I mean, how easy can they make it? It's right here. It's in the building. It's free. It's a nice service that they're offering. So I say, isn't it great that they're offering this? And Chris Demm said, isn't it obvious that they do it 2 weeks after Biggie is diagnosed with a heart ailment?
I mean, you have to be blind to miss the time.
Didn't dawn on me. Yeah. Didn't dawn on me. I don't know.
They're putting defibs in every room.
I don't know.
And I'm going to be honest, I wasn't on the email.
You can't give it to yourself.
And
Surprise! You didn't know. You didn't know.
That's not a joke. I didn't get the email.
He wasn't on the email.
No. You'd be wandering down the hall, people be jumping at you with paddles.
Yeah, we're about a month away from having defibs in every room.
They're not cheap.
And being certified in CPR so that somebody around anybody who collapses can do the CPR. I had the same reaction. B.B. Shea said, I don't want the responsibility if somebody drops. He doesn't want to know CPR.
No.
Like, I don't want the responsibility. But really, I'm thinking about doing it because, I mean, you have to take a day or a half day to do it, but it is a nice thing. And then let's say you dropped. I could give you CPR.
But, say I drop, God forbid, and then you're on top of me doing what you're doing, and then I don't make it. Wouldn't you feel bad about that?
Well, I'd feel better about knowing I gave it everything I had.
See, I wouldn't be able to sleep knowing that I failed at that. That would just...
But what if a week after they give the CPR lessons, I drop, and nobody in here can do it because nobody and the paramedics say if just one of you had known CPR, we would have saved this man.
Your last thing is me going, I wasn't on the email.
As the light fades to black.
That's the last face I see.
As the lights go out.
Not a joke. I wasn't on the email.
You should have forwarded
I didn't get CC'd.
And then they'll fade to black.
Thanks a lot, HR.
I should have forwarded that to you.
I assumed it was for everyone.
Well, you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? They left the big man out here. And I see what you're saying, but wouldn't you like to at least know I tried? I did the best I could. You know?
I don't get paid enough to do that.
You don't do that?
What a terrible thing for the medic to say. If one of you guys would have done it,
true,
what a
he never
terrible
would've said
thing
it.
to say.
But don't you think that would be in your head more? I mean, if you tried, you say, I left it all out there. I gave it everything I had. If you didn't know it and it happened a month after you were offered the possibility of knowing CPR, you go, oh, I should have taken those classes.
Yeah, or just claim ignorance on that, I guess.
You just don't do it. But they really... I mean, that's a claim you really can't make because it's here. It's for you if you want it.
Now, CPR is one thing. The defibrillators are another. From what I have heard, the modern defibs really literally walk you through every step. Now, obviously, it would be intimidating AF if someone you knew, someone you worked with, is on the floor, then you've got to go through it.
But they say that is, you're right, step A, press here. Step B, push this button, and then it does the work for you.
Yeah.
But
what? I mean, you have to keep a clear head. You can't panic.
I'll tell you what I picture there is we have a defib in the break room, which is down a flight of stairs, and it's me and Biggie working here, and I collapse, and I say, go get the defib. And he's like, nah.
Bruh. Any last words?
Or he makes himself a cup of coffee down there first. I don't know.
He loves an iced coffee.
Yeah, he does. I got distracted by the iced coffee. I'm sorry. I didn't know. Two Will Hardo, you're talking about CPR. They're offering us a free class here. Go ahead.
Yeah, they gave us that class at work, and none of us wanted to go. We were just kind of like, whatever. But while we're sitting in the part about the AED or whatever, the guy goes, if a lady falls out on the floor at the job and she has a bra on that has a wire, like underwire in it, you have to remove the bra to use the AED. Everybody perked up and started taking notes.
That's what we are.
Maybe that's what our HR team can use.
That's where we are now as American men.
You might be able to say boobs.
Okay, yeah. Thanks to Will Hardo. Appreciate it. Well, there was a stat recently, we talked about it one time, that guys are afraid to do it on women, to do CPR. They're like intimidated.
They don't want to touch chests.
They don't want to do that. They don't want to touch that area. I don't know. They're just... like you feel like you're violating them somehow.
Yeah.
Whereas as women were more likely to die if they're in public and have a heart attack than men who collapse.
I think that's terrible, though. I mean, you should be able as a man.
Come on, yeah.
I mean, it's like if you have some impulse where it's like, look, I can't look at boobs without licking them.
Come on. Come on.
Yeah, like, I mean,
control yourself, man.
Yeah. You're trying to save her life.
I completely agree. Let's not make everything sexual.
I can't because titties. Like, grow up.
Mike Pence would have to drag his wife in there.
That's true. Mike Pence can't do it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's right. Austin, you're talking about CPR. Go ahead.
Morning, guys. I was just telling Biggie, so I live in Lexington now, but when I lived in Tennessee, I went to the local hospital and did a first responders class and got my first responders license. Didn't think I'd ever use it, but I actually ended up, my daughter at the time had just learned to crawl, and I did CPR on her and saved her life because she swallowed a penny when she started to crawl.
Oh, my gosh.
Phenomenal. But great for you. Wow. That's wonderful. You hear something like that. If he hadn't had the CPR class, he wouldn't have been able to do it. Good for you, Austin. That's heroic.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
That would have been you, Kelly, because your kid swallowed a penny.
He did. Passed right through. He swallowed a penny. We weren't sure.
You were out at the movies or something, right?
Well, yeah. And then I know his grandmother was keeping him.
Grandmother was with him. And
he swallowed a penny. No, we were home, and he swallowed a penny in his room, and he came down. He was like 4, and he said, I swallowed a penny, 4 or 5. And we were leaving on a trip, and she had to keep him for like 2 or 3 days. We were going out of town for the weekend. And so we called the doctor, and the doctor said, unless he starts experiencing some sort of pain, he's going to pass it. And he did. 38 hours later, she showed us the evidence.
I'm glad it didn't get, like, lodged.
That's right. That's the issue. Can't lodge in there. While we were gone a couple of weeks ago, my kids were home with our dog, and my son was eating Bojangles, and the dog got out there and swallowed the whole bone of the chicken leg. And my wife was freaking out because he called and told us that. And my wife was freaking out about the dog. And I looked it up, and apparently they will pass it unless it gets turned and lodged.
Gosh, I always heard you never give dogs chicken bones.
You're never supposed to. You don't give dogs chicken bones because they are more fragile. They can break up and stab the inside. But online it said if the dog starts having some sort of pain or act lethargic, got to go to the vet. But otherwise, they'll pass it. Guess she did because she's acting the exact same. Mark, you're talking about CPR. You're an instructor. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I was just going to tell you it's a simple process. It's not that hard to learn. Like Demm was talking about, the new AED is and I say when I teach class, they're idiot proof because they talk them through it.
Yeah, entirely. But if you do, how long will it take? Because they're offering that for us in an afternoon. Let's say there was no machine around for us to learn it. It only takes how long?
2 or 3 hours at the most.
Okay.
Ooh, that's a little long.
I thought you were going to say 30 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say like 2 or 3, 15 minutes time. Maybe. Yeah.
Would you give 2 or 3 hours to save this man? That's the question. You know?
Oh, God, no comment.
Okay.
No, he wants the spot.
Yeah.
I have a feeling when I go down, the last thing I'll hear is Kelly going, "Congratulations, Biggie, sir."
Welcome to the team.
As it fades away, you know.
No. Yeah.
Here's your new headset.
And Chris Demm handing Dave $5 or something.
I told
you I'd win.
You really should take that CPR.
Yeah, I might have to take it now. I might have to take it now.
And people wonder why we're not friends.
Joe. You never see him in the same place together, no. Joe, you're talking CPR. Go ahead.
Hey, my brother-in-law and my sister were getting a horrible divorce, and he hung himself. And he was blue, and I got the thing around from his neck and got him down, and I was so mad at him because of all this madness I'd gone through with him and my sister that instead of doing CPR right, I just started beating on his chest as hard as I could and yelling at him and telling him what I thought of the horrible situation he'd put me in. And all of a sudden, he just sat right up, took a breath, and came back to life.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You saved his life.
Even if you don't do it right,
you can do
it's worth trying to do.
And is he still alive today?
He threw himself out in front of traffic and got dismembered.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You saved his life for a while.
Yeah.
Jeez. Listen to that story. Even if you don't do it right, you can do it. You know, they say, what is the Staying Alive, the song?
The rhythm you're supposed to use.
Yeah. But don't you believe, even if you don't, like he was just saying, even if you don't do the right rhythm or anything, you still, it helps.
Yeah.
You know, if I went down right now, you'd pound on my chest, I said, just as he did. God, what a family. What a story.
Yeah, right.
You come home, the guy's hanging, you bring him down, you're mad at him, you're beating on his chest.
That may have been the worst follow-up ever.
Yeah, my question.
How's he now?
Wait, don't you think? I mean, he just said I saved his life from hanging, and he instead of it being a good story at the end, he threw himself into traffic. Jeez, awful. I know I shouldn't have asked the follow-up. I debated. That's why I'm a poor broadcaster.
I saw that coming too.
I have a feeling.
I mean, clearly the guy's got issues.
Well, he had issues, but you often hear of people who try that kind of thing, and then they say, "Look, somebody saved my life, and look what I went on and did." And no, it turned out terribly.
Let's go ahead fast forward about 5 hours. Biggie, edit out the end of the call.
That guy, wow, that hit me. Yeah, that phone call hit me.